looking out far. Daddy, here comes fun. Like a sailor voice screaming right into your ear holes. Rattles the bones to rattle out its stones. He took a 5 step through a variety of stones. So know what the heck, but won't stay dead as a pound in a nutshell. Living hell. It's the Children Skeletons Podcast. The Children Skeletons Podcast. The Children Skeletons Podcast. The Children Skeletons Podcast. The Children Skeletons. Welcome to the Chilling Skeletons Podcast, the only podcast that is fully scripted from inception, that is not improvised whatsoever. So
that's right.
And today we've got a very special boy. It's a Dan Powell. It's Adam. He's back. He's back from the fucking camps.
I did it. Yeah.
He was returned from the salt mines finally.
Well, no, I don't think I'm back from the camps. Someone who looked like me is back from the camps, but
yeah,
the boy who went to the camps is dead now.
We got our boy Adam Powell, also known as a damp owl, also known as White Powell occasionally.
That's me.
Who calls me that?
You do on the obscure forms. Adam. It's fine. We get it. But
oh shit!
Thank you guys for having me on the podcast.
Yeah.
Shut up, Owen. Okay, what do we got?
We got Owen. Oh, Owen has always been here. It's true. Okay, so yeah, this podcast is a special one because Adam has taken sleeping pills about 5 minutes ago, I think. So
I forgot about that.
He's gonna slow down and.
I forgot. Okay, I forgot we were recording tonight because I'm going senile very quickly.
It's true.
And I was getting ready to go to bed. And I take this medication because I am a very bad insomniac.
So you don't fucking kill me.
So literally, I opened my phone to see the text where you guys were like, "Hey, are we still on for tonight?" Just as I'd swallowed my pill, and I was like, "Oh no!" So about an hour into this, I'm gonna start speaking in tongues, and it's gonna be really funny. Yeah. It's gonna be the funniest I've ever been because I will not be cohesive at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tonight's going to be a very special episode because one of us is going to die, and I think it's going to be me.
It's very true. Dylan has clearly already died since he's not
Yeah,
here.
shit, okay, sorry to spoil it.
Let's have a... Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to say something real quick.
Say
Oh my fucking god. Dylan is so annoying. Now that he's not here...
Yeah,
can I just say,
Dylan fucking,
oh my god, I fucking hate that dude.
He said he was gonna be here in 2 hours, and we were like, 2 hours? Fuck you, dude.
I was like, 2 hours? I'm not gonna last 20 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
I cannot. We do it now, or we do it with just...
You do it with the fishes, dude.
Yeah, whatever that means.
It's true.
I gotta say, though, I did want Dylan on because we wanted to talk about a project that we have lined up.
Yeah.
I should probably wait for him to be here.
It's true. Should probably way too nasty. So, it's top news story today. Owen looks like Vincent Vega's Down syndrome son.
Let's talk about this.
This visual
John
evidence
Travolta's
on screen
my daddy.
right now.
Here
It's
it is.
true. It's true. Something went wrong. You were born about 2 months into the term.
That's me.
Vincent. You know what? The face that Vincent is making, if Owen was my son, I would also be making that face.
It's very true. Christ almighty.
Bruce Willis did him a mercy when he murdered him.
Yeah.
Alright.
Even though he had an Owen to feed.
That was such a strange scene in the movie. Where he just walks out of a bathroom and Bruce Willis just murders him immediately.
And then it pans to me and I start crying.
Do you ever notice everything in that movie that goes wrong happens when he's in the bathroom?
He's taking a shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like first she has the overdose,
yeah,
and then he's in the bathroom when those two guys, when the guy and the girl robbed the diner, and he comes out in the middle of a robbery, and then he dies because he happened to leave the room to go to the bathroom when Bruce Willis got the drop on him.
Yeah.
So every time John Travolta takes a shit, something goes horribly wrong. That
should be the name of the movie. Why didn't they? Every time John Travolta, every movie should be named like a YouTube clip with a premise where it's like for example, we were talking about that Donald Duck short with the giant monkey in the house.
I love that. Okay, listen, no, we were talking. Yeah, I swear to God, I described this cartoon before because I saw it when I was a kid and it scared the fuck out of me. I was really frightened of this, and. But I was describing it to you that time, and something about the way I phrased it. I was just describing the premise, but you thought I was quoting the title, so I said, "Have you ever seen that Donald Duck cartoon? A fucking gorilla gets into Donald's house and straight up kills him."
Straight up is my favorite part of that. He just straight up kills him.
And then we started picturing like one of those old-timey cartoon title cards with a big painting, and it's the gigantic
and as Donald's face, and it just fades in a nice watercolor painting. It's like a giant fucking gorilla
in
breaks.
massive 1950s B movie font. A fucking gorilla
Breaks into Donald's house and straight up kills him. No, murders him.
If I was any good at Photoshop, I'd make that post. It's really funny.
Oh, that's fucking great. First part of that was like Donald Duck walking into the house and be like, I can't talk in that voice. It's like, oh boy, I sure hope a gorilla doesn't fucking murder me. It's a real foreshadowing.
Now this is why we need Chris Chan on the podcast, because he does
real asset. It's funny. Dylan was trying to get Chris Chan on the podcast. I don't know.
Wait, are you serious?
No, I don't know if you were told that, but Dylan was desperately trying to get Chris Chan on the podcast because he was in some Discord server or something. And he was like,
"Oh, could you imagine?
That would have been amazing." But like,
that would be the best episode.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been great. That would have put us on the map.
Yeah. And we were talking about like if that would have happened, we would have literally prepared like a fucking interview or like a fucking Frost report or some shit. We'd have prepared proper questions because
I would have wore a suit or some shit.
Yeah,
would have been fucking crazy.
Because this is a fucking historical figure that everyone is like collectively documenting and trying to find.
I think Harry Partridge said that like Chris Chan is more closely documented than fucking George Washington.
Yeah, than some precedents. Because like here's the amazing thing. Who's the 13th president of the United States? You don't know. You know who Chris Chan is.
Sonichu. That's who the. It's
well,
like I was watching the the Chris Chan Comprehensive History, which is a really great which is a really great series.
A new one came out today.
Did it?
Did it really?
Yeah, a new one came out today.
Holy
man.
shit.
If I'm still awake when we're done here, I'm watching that.
Oh yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, but like there's that one thing where they sent Chris on I can't remember because I watched all of them in one go, so it's all kind of bled together. But the thing where they sent him on a big road trip because they said that they were holding that girl hostage.
Oh, that was fucked up.
Yeah, I know, but do you remember when it was like in the video? It's like Chris stopped at a McDonald's restaurant and he got a Big Mac with no pickles and fries.
You see the receipt,
and it shows the receipt. I was like, how on fucking earth? How
did they retreat? I must just assume that because Chris is so odd, he literally documents everything and puts it online in some way.
I can only imagine he did it himself. I can only imagine. But
what's the alternative? Somebody fished it out of a trash can in a Sonic? Fucking look at that.
I was just picturing like the trolls were following him like not too far behind in a car. Then as soon as he left the restaurant, they went to his table and like
they just skull
went siphoning through the fucking packaging and shit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like I am fascinated by these Christorians, these people who just like follow his every move.
It's incredible.
Yeah, no, it's great, and that series is fucking great. It's so good. Because I was a bit late to the party on Chris Chan.
Yeah,
me too.
I think we were all quite late to the party because like the party with Chris Chan lasted up until like 2010, and then it got sad, and then it got really sad.
I mean, do you remember you told me about Chris Chan like last year?
Oh no, it's just like I got into Chris Chan in early 2014 when I watched some weird documentary about it. And I think I talked to him briefly every now and then, but I don't know, it wasn't that big. But
literally all I knew about, like until like last summer, all I knew about him was I recognized the image of like Sonic. I knew Sonichu was a thing, but I didn't know if it was legit or if it was like a parody. Yeah. So I knew Sonichu was a thing. It is legit.
Don't get the
No, you know what I mean. I didn't know if it was like a troll or if it was sincere or like just a meme. You know what I mean? So all I knew about it was Sonichu. I knew of it, and I knew about the time he pepper sprayed a GameStop employee, and there was that video of him running away, going, "Don't call anybody.
Don't call anyone." They're just like, "Well, I was gonna call my wife to say I'm coming home, but okay."
So there was I knew about that, but then I don't know what happened. I don't know what clicked. I don't know what I heard that made me go, shit, I gotta look into this guy. And then I marathoned that comprehensive history series.
Yeah.
And I watched it in the same way you'd watch like a Netflix series. And just over the course of like a day, I just did a crash course in fucking Chris Chan. And it's, yeah, no, I'm right there with like Harry Partridge now. I am obsessed with the man.
Yeah.
I think he's fucking incredible.
See, I'm off trying to like rationalize in my head what exactly makes Chris Chan the most interesting one. And
Yeah.
I think it's because he is a cartoon man who lives in a real world.
No,
where-
completely, yeah.
like the thing that like a lot of lolcows, they're kind of like seedy and like hard to like you can't really get into because they're like, these are just terrible people are documenting. Chris Chan has a charm to him, even though he is don't get me wrong, a terrible person in many ways, but
Yeah.
just
No, completely.
yeah, the way he talks, the way he does, he's like a nerd character in a cartoon, and he like,
There's a weird innocence to him.
yeah, exactly.
He's very childlike.
And the funniness of Chris Chan comes from a cartoon human being clashing with the real world, where he,
My favorite like things he says is when he's just like speaking in front of the camera and like I mean, there's another thing Harry Partridge said where like someone asked him like, what's your favorite, I guess it's like seasons of a TV show, what's your favorite Chris Chan era, who's your favorite Chris Chan antagonist, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of people say like Liquid Chris and stuff. But I remember Harry said this and I totally agree. The best Chris Chan stuff is when it kind of becomes less interesting when it's people fucking with him. I kind of just like to watch him just talk because my favorite, I cannot for the life of me remember what the context was, but it was one of the many times when he was trying to insist that he wasn't gay, and he was.
And believe me, there were many of those.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I cannot remember
time.
when this was because this is like every day he was constantly on video going, "I am not a homosexual." This was constant. So I cannot remember which one this was, but there was a video where basically someone accused him of liking dick, and they were like, "Chris Chan likes dick," and I swear to God,
that is the way to do it. That is the
and
way to do it.
he starts shaking his head and going, I don't like dicks. I don't like seeing them, and when I do see one,
the side of them, I just look away.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I just look away.
Oh.
Fucking delivery! It's incredible.
It is fantastic.
I just look away.
As if it's just presented with one every now and then. Just comes over. It's a weird relationship with Dan, maybe. I don't know. But
yeah, that. Oh god.
Owen, what is your insight on Chris Chan?
What's your
Wait,
thoughts? We're like in a book club. What did you get out of this novel?
Bro.
That's the wrong answer, bro. I gotta say.
I don't fucking Chris Chan. I don't know, bro. It's
fucking
Chris Chan,
nerd.
dude.
Owen. Adam is literally fucking like huffing high on the sleeping pills, and you're someone, dude.
This is what the sleeping pills are doing to me. They're getting me to read really heavily into Chris Chan because you have to be high on sleeping pills to look at this guy and go, "Oh my god, he's genius."
It's true. He is genius.
He is. I think Jeff on Sleepycast said that he's like the only autistic lolcow that you can almost consider brilliant.
See, the thing with Chris Chan is that like I also thought about this recently, where like as much as everyone goofs on Chris Chan, he did get shit done. He made like 10 comics, and it's
he's productive.
It's kind of fascinating how he did that, and like
I was amazed by that. I think the thing that stops his story from being as depressing as it can be. I'm not going to say not depressing because it kind of still is. Oh yeah, no, very much so.
It's
but
like
what
Breaking
makes
Bad. There's comedic relief, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Chris Chan is like Heisenberg.
Yeah.
I think the main thing that keeps it from being as like dark and twisted as it could be is the fact that Chris himself he bounces back from things so quickly because he's so oblivious to things.
Yeah.
So there is such horrible shit happening to him on a daily basis, and any other person would be like fucking like depressed and miserable at this point. But you can bet, give it 6 hours, he will be on camera going, "Hello, the new issue of Sonic is coming soon."
Yeah, it's like despite the fact that trolls have murdered my grandmother.
That's that time where like fucking that kid made him like shove his Sonichu medallion up his arse.
It's like, you
and this
listen
is
to
like
that audio like this is harrowing. A human being
This
is being
is-
broken
yeah, this is-
on and then he just comes
and
back
I think
and it's like,
I think this was like the day of his aunt's funeral or something, and
Yeah.
literally a day later he just was saying like, "Well, I won't be doing that again anyway."
I won't be doing that again.
I remember that. Yeah, he had like it was like the only time I've ever heard Christian be like sarcastic was when in that video after the guy that one troll who's like a complete sociopath makes him do that and makes him do that with the Sonichu medallion, and then he says he says to Chris, "You're gonna record it for me as well." And then after Chris does it, he says, "By the way, I was lying about recording it, so I hope you're recording on your end." And then the kid goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake, Chris! All right, I'm gonna start recording now. You're gonna have to do it again." And Chris goes, "Well, I can't give an encore performance."
Oh, that's fantastic.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, that is a pretty big zinger, I gotta say.
That's our Chris.
Fucking hell. Christ
yeah.
almighty. So
I feel like we had like a billion things to talk about because we haven't done one of these in a while.
we do have a few billion things to talk about.
Wow.
Let's see what are the billion things to talk about? Because I don't know. I have a good feel.
Oh shit! Do you remember the time you were texting me recently?
Yeah.
You went and like that. You went for like a new job, and you were texting me.
Yeah.
at, like
Okay. Let me.
really late at night, and have you
This
told Owen
story-
about this?
No. Okay. This
I have
story.
not heard this.
This story.
Oh my god!
Is okay. It might be one of the best stories I've ever acquired among my
Wait.
life. Yeah.
How have you not told Owen about
No,
this?
well, because I'm waiting for the podcast. Clearly. How can I
yeah.
not?
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine. Sure.
Okay. So.
This is
Owen,
great.
Owen, my boy, let me tell you about this. I'm like wrapping my hands around you. It's a nice campfire.
Sit on Pappy's knee, Owen.
Roasting
while he-
marshmallows, roasting Dylan. So,
Fuck you, Dylan.
yeah. Fucking
He
shit.
can't hurt us anymore, Owen. He's dead.
Fuck you.
Okay. Tell the
Okay.
story, Uncle
Yes,
Crickland.
here we go. Okay, so I've been unemployed for about 3 months. And during that time, I've been searching for jobs a lot. And one of the jobs that I searched for, which seems to be a perfect fit for me, is paper delivery. Or, just mail delivery in general. Because you work like 2 a.m. to 2 a.m. to a few hours after that, and what else? Oh yeah, and it involves biking, which I basically just fucking bike everywhere because that's just
Yeah.
what I do, and it's a perfect job for me. And I find it. Oh, and I'm going to fucking kill my. Okay, so sorry, I'm so full of rage phone. Okay, so I got the job interview for that. And we had the thing, and then we were like, okay, you're gonna go on a training round, testing round, test time. So they set up a thing where I was gonna go meet somebody at 2:45 in a little bus shelter thing on the other side of town, which felt really seedy and real.
Yeah, you were
frightening.
texting me and you were like, you were like sending each other memes and
Yeah.
shit, and then I was just like, why are you up late anyway?
Yeah.
Because it was like 2 a.m. at that point, and you were just
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm heading to this fucking mail thing, and you decided to, and I was like, you're heading to a fucking what now? Are you kidding?
Yeah. And
I was like, if I was in Dublin and I was heading to a thing,
Dude,
to a
you
bus
could
shelter
not-
at 2 a.m., you would not hear from me again.
I can't imagine how much harassment the fucking like paper delivery people in Dublin get, because like I heard from the girls working with here that like people get shit here and like they get their shit stolen. In Dublin, it has to be a free for all. I don't know how much they pay the people in Dublin, but they're not.
I've heard stories of like firefighters here pulling up at houses to like put fires out, and the kids who live in the houses come and throw stones at their van.
As if they're
like-
gonna steal it. As if they're
Yeah,
gonna...
yeah, it's like, okay, we'll just let you burn then. Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know.
That's
We're a
the
nation.
quotes, that is what they said.
So anyway, so you're heading to this place at 2 a.m.
Yeah, and it feels cool, but also a little weird. It's like, I don't know, I'm just waiting for this person there, and suddenly I realize, god damn, I need to take a piss. And it's a real awkward situation, because I'm like, if I don't take a piss now, find a way to do it, I will literally piss my pants after like 4 hours of being on this route, on this thing. So I was like, I have to do something. And so I find a little forest clearing place.
A little forest clearing.
Yeah, of course. It's a forest
Very,
sale.
very, how very enchanting.
It's like a clearing warehouse. it's that
Did
kind
Noggin
of thing.
did Noggin the gnome come out and scream at you while you were pissing?
Yeah, but I wasn't gonna tell that part. So I go to the forest clearing, and I find a nice place to piss, and I just think in my head like, oh, is this gonna be one of wacky fucking Seinfeld moment where like I'm taking a piss on top of the hill and she happens to like come by on her bike right at that moment and like because the forest clearing I was at, if you rode by at a certain angle, you could see me standing there with my dick out with like backlighting behind me, and so it looked like I was standing on atop a giant hill at 2:45 a.m.
So it wasn't a forest clearing. You're at the top of a fucking hill.
Yeah, but it's
That's not a forest clearing.
It's sort of foresty. You know what the fuck I'm talking about?
It's a hill with trees on it.
Yeah. How can there not be trees on a hill?
Whatever. Okay, so you're pissing on the hill, and
I'm pissing on a funny hill, and luckily she does not come by. But I did think about that. I was like, haha, what if? And then I go back to the thing, you know. Finally, she comes over and she's like, hello. She's like, fucking. I think she is over 70. She saw World War One, but we talked. She showed me some of the.
She shook your hand and said, "I saw World War One." You know?
Yeah, and I was like, "That's nice, bitch."
It's horrible.
I'm talking to her like a pimp for some reason. She explained some things to me about how to do all the things. You know, she has a few information papers, blah blah blah. We look over those. And at this point, suddenly starts raining. It is just fucking like pouring down. It's like we're gonna have to fucking go on a paper delivery thing in the pouring rain. So that's not fun.
Yeah.
We're sitting in a little bus thing. Suddenly, a nice Middle Eastern man comes by, and he has her mail bike thing where, you know, with the little satchels on the back, and he just stops by, and they start talking because apparently they know each other. And yeah, the three of us just stand inside the bus thing and just wait for the rain. And suddenly she gets a text that's like, "Oh, the mail delivery is going to be 30 minutes late." And so we all just sit there for about 30 minutes. It's kind of awkward. Nobody says really anything. The Middle Eastern man takes out 3 caramel candies out of his coat, and he gives each one of us one. And he's like, "Do you want one?" I was like, "Yeah, but I don't. How did you? Why did you have that?" Exactly 3 too.
They weren't in a bag, he just had them loose in his pocket, they were covered in lint.
Oh boy, yeah. But finally, post truck comes, we get all our dang mail, and this woman, she starts like stuffing all the bags with the mail, and she shows like, you know, where she will put things for efficiency. And there's one, hold on, I have something on my throat. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, I had to spit out a demon, so she puts all the things in the right bags. And there's one bag that she overstuffs to kind of a ridiculous degree, and it looks stupid. It's like, why is this one so stuffed? You could have moved some of the other stuff. But I'm not gonna question her because I don't want to, you know, seem patronizing to that. I always, I've noticed something. I always err on the side of like not wanting to seem patronizing with professionals.
No matter how ridiculous it is, you kind of want to go, I'm sure she's got her reasons.
Yeah, because like, for example, like I saw her do some things that I thought, is that right? Is she going senile? But then I went to be like, dude, I don't want to. I don't know.
You're also like, I'm new to the job. I don't know how things are done.
I don't want to come off like the bitch who's like, oh.
I mean, the things you were describing to me sounded pretty weird, but at the same time, I think I would have been the same. I kind of would have been like, like I wasn't there, so I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. Okay, so we finally get out on our nice little trip delivering mail, and we ride down the street. And everything is as normal. She delivers the mail into the mailbox. She does it a little faster than you would think she would because, you know, it's fucking pouring down. And she was supposed to teach me, but she's like, fuck it, just put the mail in the thing.
Just throw it in there.
Yeah, and everything's nice and normal. Suddenly, she opens one of the bags, the big one, the overstuffed one.
Mm-hmm.
And this is gonna sound fucking insane, but I swear, this is actually what happened. And Adam has fucking... I can tell you. After this was going on, and I had so you
actually waited for a moment when like her back was turned and discreetly sent me a photo, and I was like, holy shit, sure enough.
Yep, and
Owen will show it to you later. I'll find out my phone and we'll show you.
Yeah, so she opens the big overstuffed bag, and there's just a fucking like there's just macaroni inside the bag, just loose.
Yep.
It's just
loose macaroni.
It's like cooked, but it's moist and cold. I don't know why the fuck it is in there, but there is in fact loose macaroni inside her bag, and
Was it like squishing around and making noises?
Believe me, it was squishing. It was nicely cooked. It's the kind it's the kind where you're cooking it at home and you're running the fucking thing through. It's like, wow, shall I go for? Yeah, but suddenly she grabs some of the macaroni, like a fistful, just with her hand, and she just eats it. She just,
Wait, what?
Yeah, she straight up just eats it. And
takes a big mighty fistful and dunks it in there.
It is fucking insane. I'm like, what? How is this the person who's guiding me? How is this going? Yeah, but...
Wait, so was this someone else's macaroni that she just stole? Or was this her macaroni?
I would presume it's her own, considering it's not in a package or anything. It's literally just loose in the bag.
No, Owen, she was a robber from a 1930s cartoon with a big burlap sack with a dollar sign on it, and it was full of macaroni she took from the...
It's true, but...
I'm sorry, I guess I wasn't paying attention. I thought that this was like a package for someone that just had like a bunch of macaroni and she just ate some.
That was a weird package.
I know, that's why I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, I want my Amazon Prime loose macaroni. But, yeah, so once again, she fucking starts eating it. She starts taking things out of it and eating it. She looks back towards me. She grabs a chunk. She says, "You want some?"
Oh my god.
And I'm like, no thanks, I'm good. Suddenly...
To be fair, that is polite of her.
Yeah, it is polite of her. I said thanks, but no thanks, you know?
Yes, good.
Yeah, and then she grabs some more of it, and she starts fucking, like, she opens mailboxes, she starts shoving the macaroni in, just smashing, like, fistfuls of macaroni into the fucking mailboxes.
Whoa,
and,
okay.
Yeah. And
I heard that right?
Yes, that is completely right.
Into the mailboxes, Owen.
Just slamming it in like a slam dunk from fucking Michael Jordan.
We stayed up for hours afterwards debating. It's like, is she crazy or is it a prank or is it?
Yeah.
Did she talk it through with all these people and she was trying to fuck with you because you're the new guy?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, but as she was slamming the macaroni into the mailboxes, suddenly she starts swerving back and forth on the road, like left, right, back and forth on the road. And she starts going gooba gabba gooba gabba. It's like, okay, what the hell are you doing? There has clearly been some sort of fundamental breakdown of sanity here. I mean, you can't be.
There's no way that this story is true.
It is 100%
this is a joke.
True. It is.
She did not go gooba gubba gooba.
I'm serious. Okay. Let me see.
Where the fuck's my phone? Let me. Okay, you continue the story.
Okay, I'm gonna
try and find the photo you sent me. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep telling the story. Okay.
Go
so she once again she alternates between grabbing fistfuls of macaroni and eating it and shoving it in mailboxes. She says, "Macaroni for me, macaroni for thee." She keeps saying that. She says that out loud, and
she was like giggling to herself.
Yeah,
as
if it was creepy as hell. Like,
maybe it's because maybe it was an inside joke she had with the last guy.
I don't know.
So far gone that she forgot.
Let me tell you.
The story isn't true. I'm not going to believe it.
Let me tell you. I was fucking stunned. I was like, it's one of those things where you always hear about these goofy fucking hypotheticals or like, what would you do? Yeah. It's like, what do I do in this situation? But.
Yeah, you were texting. It's like, what the fuck should I do? And I was like, you got me there. You got me there.
But we finished the shift. And I'm just like, she is insane. The years of work has clearly made her senile in some way. Alzheimer's, I don't know. But we went to the boss. I went up to the boss's office, and I was gonna basically tell him like, hey, she's gone insane, man.
Listen, I don't want to make assumptions here. I don't know how you guys do things.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, she's gone crazy. And so I walk up to him. And he says, "Oh, hey son, did you deliver macaroni?" I was like, "Wait, what? What are you talking about?" And, and I just timidly say, "Yes." And he says, "Oh, you're an asset to the force. You've done good. You are going to be a great employee." And I say, "Oh, thank you." And he says, "Oh yeah, and also the mail." I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay, cool." And then he just starts walking out, and we finished the meeting. He walks out, and then he turns back around, and he asks, "You remember the meatballs too?"
What does it even mean?
Nothing past the packing in the mail was true. Oh, do you feel a little violated? Do you feel?
I knew that you were fucking with me the whole time.
Dude, the part where like, okay, so I had to workshop this in my mind. Fun fact, I was making this up while I was writing behind her, delivering the mail. I was literally making up slander for her as I was writing behind her.
And then we were in a Discord call like fucking like 3 days ago saying, okay, we must mess with Owen, and it was
it was gonna be both Owen and Dylan, but it seems
unfortunately Dylan had to go and die in Vietnam, but you know, it's okay.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. I felt like that went pretty well.
Yeah. It did go very well, but the funny thing about
I didn't believe you. Fuck you.
No, see, the part, Owen, where I knew it was impossible for you to believe it was true, I knew the exact part where it would be impossible, was when she said, macaroni for me, macaroni for thee. That's retarded. First of all, she's Swedish. Why would she talk?
No, but yeah, I remember when we had the call a few days ago and we were saying we're gonna do this story and pass it off as if it's real and legit, and you were telling me about it in real time so I can quote unquote witness, you know?
Yeah.
We basically workshopped this whole thing.
I've now told this to 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, but the thing is, and I remember you really wanted to cut that line out, the macaroni for thee, and you were saying we're Swedish, they're not gonna buy that she said this in English, but I remember I fought tooth and nail. I said it's too funny. You have to leave it in.
Great. Yeah. But that is actually what happened. None of that was
this last part was us fucking with you. Yeah, the macaroni thing was true.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it past the when you said that she was going ooh guy, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I mean that is reasonable. Dude, I think if we'd had Dylan in here, he would immediately have known it was not true. Like without a
Dylan can smell bullshit a mile away because he's such
a gaslighter. He just is.
He can smell bullshit a mile away because he's such a prolific liar himself.
It's true.
Yeah, he can sniff it.
Yeah.
I mean,
he can taste it.
He's a little sociopath.
Dude, sometimes he just lies about the most like innocuous shit. It's like, why would you lie about this? What is the point here?
Because he's crazy. But
I said to him the other night. I was like, "You're going to really backstab me one of these days, and I'm gonna have myself to blame because you lie way too comfortably."
It's true.
It's alarming how quickly and how easily he does it.
My favorite lie he ever told was like, I remember in 2016 or so, I was playing the SNES RPG Earthbound for the first time, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. And I recall that Dylan had said something about like how he had played it and how he really liked it, and I discussed it with him a few times. I like messaged him a few times back and forth. We talked about it, and then a year later, I brought it up to him, and he was just like, I've never played or known anything about that game. I was just fucking with you. I was like, why did you just have casual small talk with me about this?
Why on earth would you...
What is the point?
There was that time he tried to convince us that he knew a guy who works at TV and that Chilling Skeletons was getting a TV show.
That was fucking... That was really long ago to a point where we were stupid enough to where we actually believed...
I actually started drawing concept art.
Yeah.
That was straight up like something that Christian would have pulled on him, and I officially can't say shit because I completely bought it.
Yeah, exactly. God. Christ almighty.
Well, of course we bought it because like he's our friend. Like usually friends don't lie about that kind of stuff.
Friends don't lie, Dylan.
It's true, Dylan. I would never make up a fallacious story.
But... Let's kill him.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. I feel like we had other topics.
Well, yeah, we definitely do.
JoJo.
JoJo is a great show. It's That's the tagline. JoJo, great show.
JoJo's a great show.
Yeah,
but
I don't think Adam knows anything about this. I'm just gonna
assume. No.
Okay, so we'll be brief.
It's very
about
interesting.
This since,
Interesting.
Wait. Ask me if I've seen JoJo.
Have you seen JoJo?
No.
It's funny.
I haven't seen the show.
That's a great question. So
thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so what is there even to say? It's a crazy show. There's a fucking episode about a monkey on a ship who has telepathic powers.
His power is that he controls a ship.
Yeah, exactly. So there's these things called stands in JoJo. They introduce them at some point, and they're basically like psychic abilities that come out of a person. They're like sort of a ghost thing. I don't know. But there's one episode where they go on a ship and they meet a weird monkey who's way too smart. He's sitting in his creepy little cage,
and he's like masturbating to porn.
Yeah, he's masturbating to porn. He's smoking cigarettes. I'm not joking. Not joking.
Straight up, he's just having a
He wasn't jerking off, but he was looking at porn, and smoking a fucking cigarette. And
that's still pretty cool.
Yeah, and it was so insane because like the thing with JoJo is that it has the same appeal as Twin Peaks season 3 had for me, where every time I thought it had gone its most insane, it just topped itself. Because slight tangent. The thing with David Lynch is that like he will break not only like just like the conventions of what you think would happen storytelling wise, he'll break just like video, like I don't know, filmmaking shit. He'll just make something look horrible for no reason.
He does not give a fuck.
Yeah, it's like man, I sure don't expect this person to turn into a PNG of a golden fucking ball out of a sudden. It's like, well, that's what it did. But
remember the time we were watching Inland Empire, and then there's that weird face at the end.
It's creepy as shit.
Yeah, it just cuts to that, and it was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Freaky as shit.
Show it on screen now.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, so going back to the funny monkey episode of JoJo. So they meet this weird little orangutan monkey thing. I don't know what kind of. I just like to kind of.
Yeah, it was an orangutan.
Yeah, an orangutan.
He's an Ooby-Doo kind of monkey.
Yes, very much so. Actually,
he's a.
Oh,
but I like to call all simians just monkeys. I find it funny.
Yeah, that's it. No, full disclosure, I know that there's monkeys and apes and there's a difference, but monkey is just a funny word. It is. It
is a very funny word.
So
I'll send a picture of what it looks like to you.
Yeah,
I see a big filthy veiny gorilla. I go monkey.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
So let me explain to you about this. This monkey, it was very funny at first. I was like, holy shit, they're not gonna do this. And it very quickly turns into, I'm not joking, this is one of the scariest things I've ever fucking seen. This episode is terrifying. Horror. It's so scary. Because this fucking orangutan, he just looks at the camera with this dead look, and you're like, is he orchestrating all of this? What's going on? And like, it turns into this horror thing where they start like sinking into the ship and becoming part of it. And it's like, what the fuck is going on? And at the end of the episode, it's revealed that the entire ship was a stand controlled by the orangutan who had fucking created it. It's like a manifestation. It's like, what the fuck?
Holy fuck.
And then towards the end, it just beat the shit out of a fucking monkey, and it's funny.
Now I'm glad they're endangered.
Yeah.
He fucking destroys that bitch.
It is just, I don't know. I love shows that just go full insanity to a point where I just cannot predict it at any point.
I love orangutans.
I love orangutans too. Doesn't everyone?
Yeah, they're great. They're really cool.
Orangutans are fucking.
What's the fucking monkey from Jungle Book? Like a giant.
Oh, the new one, the Christopher Walken one. He's a Gigantopithecus.
Yeah. Gigantopithecus?
Yeah, Gigantopithecus. Yeah, well, it was. They're an extinct species of ape that
Were they fucking just huge?
They were like basically the size he is in the movie. He's like fucking giant. Like there's a theory going around about. I'm not saying I believe in Sasquatch or anything, but like, the theory going around for a while was that hypothetically, if Sasquatch is a thing, he's probably like a remaining Gigantopithecus. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm sorry. You can put these on screen now.
Yeah, Adam. Now you see why the episode becomes terrifying.
Can I just say? I know fuck all about JoJo. This is the first frame I've ever seen from this show.
It is a brilliant show. Like honestly, like
you've sold me. He's reading Playboy.
Yeah.
That is fucking great.
The show has all sorts of appeal because initially, within the first season, it's genuinely an amazing story. It just is a great story, like the entire thing. And then the character arcs within the first season is like, holy fuck, it's pretty cool.
You know, it's interesting. You guys, I'm glad you guys are sending me images because for a second I thought that you had separately arranged a different thing with Owen to fuck with me.
Oh, dude, this.
I was gonna watch JoJo, and it's actually like a Grave of the Fireflies type serious drama, and I'm like, "Where's the monkey with the big ship?"
Yeah, God, that monkey is terrifying. So
I'm going on the subreddit. Where's the episode with the monkey?
Yeah, exactly. Christ almighty.
Monkeys are great.
I love me monkey.
Did I ever tell you guys about the time I was in? First of all, did I ever tell you about? I think I've got superpowers. Bitten by a monkey when I was like 4. I'm actually not making that up. No.
What?
I am not making that up. I got bitten by ringtail lemurs, the I like to move it ones.
Yeah.
Those ones.
Yeah, those ones. Yeah, when I was like 3 or 4 years old. Okay, there's okay. You can look this up if you don't believe me. Down the south of Ireland, there's a county called Cork, and down in County Cork they have a place called Fota Wildlife Park.
Yeah.
And it's just that. It's like a wildlife park, zoo type thing. I forget if it's a zoo or like...
Or if it's goo.
I forget if it's like a zoo that just has a safari type area or if it's just a full-on safari. But basically, it's a safari thing where they have all these, like, animals and stuff. Yeah. But I don't know if it's still the case, but when I went, they let you... I cannot believe this happened. I don't know if my parents pulled strings or what. But either way, we were allowed to go up close to the monkeys, and they had lemurs. Okay, and I was about 3 or 4 years. No, I mean like they weren't even in enclosures. Dude. They just had them in a field, and I just walked up to them.
It's fucking terrifying.
And I was like 3, so this was the most delightful thing in the world. I had no sense of impending danger. I didn't know what rabies was. I didn't know anything, and I went up, and there was I guess a mother one holding a baby one, which is And of course, 3-year-old me, I guess, for the split second my parents' backs were turned, I went running up because I was like, monkey, because that was my little peanut brain, and I literally just kind of toddled over to her, and I thought it was like a dog. You put your hand out, they sniff your hand, and you pet them. Yeah. But so I put my little hand out, and it just chomped my finger. It was like fuck off, and I was screaming. But my parents, thankfully, my parents aren't the type to like sue the place or whatever, because they were like there's fucking wild animals wandering around and
the monkeys, goddammit.
They were like, look, there's wild animals around. We took our eyes off the kid for a second. What can you do? So they were like, yeah, what can you do? It's a fucking animal protecting its baby, and then a kid goes running up to it screaming. What's it gonna do?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got like Spider-Man type powers because I feel a weird connection with monkeys. I just do. I don't know what it is. I'm fascinated with them.
You'd think you'd have like a fear of monkeys after being bitten by one.
No, I think they're great. I love them.
You're like an abused person who's like, this is the only way to live.
I'm telling you, if you know that video of the guy in South Africa and the fucking baboons get into his house and he's screaming and he's swinging the broom around.
You would be.
If that happened to me, I would be fucking delighted.
No, you wouldn't. You're living in terror of these monkeys coming to your house and going like fucking destroying everything.
No, they like remember they like bark. He corners it. He's like, "Come on, out you go," and he's like, "Oh."
Yeah, the best part is him going like, "Michael, you need to live. Come on," and he just responds with like, "Oh!" It's literally that sound. I think it is.
Yeah, he like barks. No, I was kidding about that. I would be actually terrified of that. But monkeys in general, I love. Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to go to the zoo, and I remember that. I think Zach talked about these before. You know those frog-throated screaming monkeys?
Oh, I hate those.
That like howl, and their throats bulge.
Oh.
They had for a while. They were like the. Dublin Zoo had them in like the very first enclosure that you see when you walk in, and I'm not making that up. I used to go to the zoo as a kid, and I'm like 4 or 5 years old. My parents go, "Taking you to the zoo." What's the zoo? And they're like, "It's a place where all the animals that you've seen on TV and in your books, they're all in one place, and you can see them up close, and it's beautiful."
That's terrifying. If this
I know, but they were
all
like,
the animals in one place.
No, but I mean, they were like, you're gonna see all your favorite animals, all the monkeys and lions and bears and snakes and crocodiles and tigers, all those animals that you love. And I was a 5-year-old boy, so I was going, "Oh, this is gonna be great." And we walked in, we paid our tickets. We walk in, and the first thing is just a gigantic fucking like a 5x5 room with glass in front of it, and these 3 little things sitting in the corner going, "Ooh!" with their fucking throats doing that frog shit. And I remember, and then you'd walk around the zoo, and you could hear them constantly, like no matter where you'll be on the other corner of the zoo, and just off in the distance, you just. They were just constantly screaming.
Of course.
It was great.
I would be constantly screaming out if I was a fucking monkey, because they're little serial killers. I hate them. They're just, everything about them is true terror.
I love monkeys are the best,
dude. When you said like, oh, they let me go into the enclosure as a kid, dude, that would have been a forced me thing for me. If you forced me to get near a fucking monkey, I'd fucking just kill myself.
You know, everyone I've told that story to, it's the same thing. Where it's like, if I was a kid, or even now, if someone said you can go in close, I'd be like, fuck that. I do not trust. I would be like, can I fucking hold him? That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, there's another time when I was in the zoo when I was a kid, and I was looking in at the chimps, and chimps are one of my favorites because they have little people faces. And I remember I was looking at the chimp, and I swear to God, I'm not making this up. Fucking chimp was like, it was sitting in the corner. I think they've renovated this in a couple of years.
Oh no.
Hello?
Oh no, Adam's breaking up. Hold on. Okay, is the call better now?
Okay.
No,
right,
it's better.
Okay. So, I guess whatever. So, there was one time when I was a kid, when I was in Dublin Zoo, and the chimp enclosure, I don't know how it is now, because I think they've renovated it, but I haven't been in a few years. But, I went, and they had, so it's like, you've got this big outdoor area, like a field, and it's got trees and stuff they can climb on and all that thing. Yeah. And that's like fenced off. And then they have like an indoor area where they sleep, or where they go when it's raining, because it's Ireland and it rains a lot. But there's glass, so even if they're indoors, you can see them. And they've got like, there's food, and there's like straw on the ground, and they can fucking sleep and run around and play and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I remember I went. I was a kid. I was maybe like 6 or 7 years of age, and I went up to that thing, and I was on my own. There was no one else around. It was like a scene of a film or something. And I remember I went up to the glass, and I put my little hands on the glass, and I looked in. I peered in, and there was just one chimp in there, and he was in the corner. He was like in the corner of the room, and he was like squatting, facing the wall. It was like he'd been put there because he misbehaved. He was just squatting, facing the wall, and he wasn't like. He didn't like have his eyes closed and he was sleeping. He was like just I could like kind of see he was like staring at the wall as if he could see through it, and like his mouth was hanging open, and he was just sitting there staring at the wall. And I was like looking at him, and I was looking at him with his big sad monkey eyes, and he's looking at the wall going, ooh, ooh. And I remember looking, and I was thinking, this is depression. This is what depression looks like.
It really is.
But I was like, this is a creature, a beautiful creature that should be free, and it's stuck in this little room. And he sits at this. This is where he sits, and this is what he does, and he doesn't know what he did to deserve this. And while I was thinking this, the monkey reached down and took a big shit into his hand and smeared it on the wall, and then started licking it.
Wow, sounds nice.
And I walked away, and I didn't think about it again.
Yeah, of course you didn't, because that's his regular Dane doublet. So he fucking just shits in her hand and eats it. I've accidentally gaslit so many people because I joke in weird ways. Like,
you just gaslighted me there. You tried to.
That was a very big gaslight, in the sense that I'd honed that to not laugh, like just burst out laughing during the original macaroni part. Dude, when I was telling this to Kumbel in public, I was just like shrieking laughing while telling the macaroni thing, and it was so obvious that it wasn't real. Immediately.
You started laughing at the macaroni for me. I
gotta say though, if you had told that story and you were like fucking howling with laughter the whole time, I mean, it would have been less believable, but it would have been more funny.
Yeah, definitely. Christ.
Okay. Go on.
Oh, I don't know. What is there to say? I'm honestly just thinking now, because like whenever you say whenever Adam says, for example, like, oh, I don't know if I've told this story. It's like, it is irrelevant. You have not been on a podcast for 3 years.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I don't know. You can tell whatever the fuck you want. You can be like, you can make that.
Oh, okay. Well, we were talking about creepy videos earlier.
Oh yeah, of course. Spooky videos.
Yeah, we did this thing the other night. I think it was the same night where we were working on that story. Basically, okay, so we being myself and Crikeland here, not Owen. Yeah, Crikeyland.
Yeah.
Owen was not here for this. I was going to tell the story earlier, but then I thought I'd save it for this. We stayed up late and we had a good old fashioned spook fest where we went online and we looked up creepy videos because we both like a good scare.
Yeah.
And I remember I haven't done that in a long time. We used to like stay up late and read creepypastas and watch spooky videos and talk about shit like that. And I like that because here's the thing: horror movies, like mainstream horror movies, don't really do it for me. Like, if it's a weird abstract one like Eraserhead or something, that'll freak me out. But most horror movies, I'm immune to them. I'll watch them any time of night and go straight to bed afterwards, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But something about creepy internet shit just gets to me, and it gives me that primal feeling of, like, that sinking feeling in your stomach. Like, I'm going to be up late thinking about this.
Yeah.
And that is a strangely addictive feeling, and it's really, really fun. And also, because you get kind of desensitized to it the more you consume that shit, it gets really fun to hang on to that because you get it less and less often. So anyway, we were staying up late and we were watching this kind of stuff. And we started with I Feel Fantastic, because that's kind of an all reliable.
Yeah.
But I remember we found an extended version that we didn't know about, and then yeah, it was really good. It was really good like atmosphere because
did you guys know that I Feel Fantastic is my most popular video I've uploaded?
Owen, are you the creator of the
What?
This is breaking news on the
We have so many questions for you.
Yeah. What are you talking about, Owen? Are you implying that you're the creator? Is that your phone?
Oh, this is great. Okay, Owen. So where's the body buried?
Yeah.
Up your butt.
Oh, what if that was what he actually said in an interview? People were just like, so it's confirmed that you are a serial killer. Where's the body buried? It's like, up your butt.
I feel like Charles Manson would say
Charles
that.
Manson would have God.
Anyway,
Charles Manson. Yeah.
So we found the extended version of that video, and we had it on while I was reading this article about the history of the video and all the theories about the random shots of the garden. That's where the body is buried, and
I like that. Even though like people are like, that's not real. It's like, obviously it's not fucking real, but
no, of course it's not.
It's the thrill
of course
for a
it's not
being
real.
Like,
it's like a really good horror story. It's like, of course it's horse shit. No. Okay, listen, I don't literally think that those random shots of outdoors are where the body is buried. I don't think the fucking robot is wearing the victim's clothes, and I don't think he made the voice of the robot by auto-tuning the victim's screams. No, I don't literally think that, but it's a fun idea. It's a fun idea,
Did somebody
okay?
suggest this?
That is one I've seen, yes. But no, I don't literally think that happened, but it's cool. It's like Satan and hell and all that thing.
Yeah.
I don't believe that shit exists, but it makes for a fun story. It makes for a nice aesthetic. It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so we were watching this kind of stuff. But what happened was we started going down this rabbit hole where we were watching like creepy internet videos, and I don't mean like fucking the smile dog JPEG came to my house. I'm not talking about that. I mean, like, people going into, like, abandoned houses and shit like that. Like, just stuff that's kind of eerie, okay? Yeah. And it started, like, it was like an episode of Only Plays, because it started with us making fun of it and making jokes, and then about 5 minutes in, we were like, this shit's actually freaking me out. I'm actually fucking terrified.
This ain't funny now, man.
So remember, and you sent the video of that channel...
666.
Yeah, channel 666, or username 666. And I remember we got to that, and I was like, this fucking takes me back, because this is like, I found this when I was a kid, and it scared the fuck out of me. And even watching it now, it's like the old YouTube layout and stuff. But I remember we found a video on the same channel by the same guy, and it might be one of the best horror videos that either of us have seen.
It is incredibly paced in a way, like, because like the video just starts with this guy in this little dirty ass room that's like, okay.
I think it's just called My House Tour. I listen, I have a playlist on my channel of like horror videos I found that have actually like kind of like got to me. Like if it actually creeps me out, it goes on that list, and that is up there.
Oh,
so,
is this the video where like the shit starts coming out of the walls?
No, this is no. I don't want to spoil what happens, but
it just like it starts with this guy waking up. Well, okay, he's coming out of a bed in a dingy room, and it's like it looks dirty, but it looks like a room a human could actually live in.
Yeah,
and he says
and
like, yeah.
Also, it's very clearly a Japanese kind of house. It's got that kind of decor.
Yeah, very olden Japanese.
And he mentions that and there's Japanese subtitles, but there's English subtitles right under it. And he mentions there's a typhoon going on, so you can like hear wind and you can hear rain.
There's a storm going on in Japan, and then like as he's walking around, he just describes like, oh yeah, my granddad used to listen to radio, my grandma did this, blah blah blah, and at some point like the video just like it's him walking through several hallways, and then like third hallway in, he just says this is the longest hallway in the house, and then he like keeps going, and it's insane how long this house keeps going. And then it's
the lighting as well. The lighting, because you can't see. He's got like a flashlight, and you can't see like 5 feet in front of him. So you're always like kind of looking, going like, is something gonna pop out? The whole video like we were making fun of it at first, but after like 5 minutes of this, we were actually going insane. It's like something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. I'm telling you, something's gonna happen.
Yeah, and it keeps getting more and more decrepit, and like the creepiest part was when he walked into a hallway and he goes, "This is the longest hallway in the house." It's like, wait, what? Excuse me.
He starts repeating himself, and the video goes on for a really long time, and then it starts
getting really creepy. But we're not gonna talk about that.
We're not gonna spoil what exactly happens, but it's like so it's you feel like you're going nuts, and the house itself is really creepy.
Yeah.
If you go onto my channel, I have a playlist of my favorite horror videos. It is up there. I think it's just called My House Tour, or
me walking through my house.
It's me walking through my house. That's the one. Yeah. And I gotta say, hands down, aside from Chris Chan, scariest house tour I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing, though. I remember, but what I really wanted to get to about this. I'm cutting it down.
I'm working on it.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, but what I really wanted to get to with this topic was we watched that video, and that really got us like, oh, this is great stuff, because you want that feeling of, oh, I'm going to be up late. That's a great video for that. We were both freaked out, and it was like 4 a.m. Okay, we were freaking out. This is great, and we were like, oh my god, more. We were like getting hungry for this shit now.
Yeah.
So we found a playlist that was titled like creepy videos, and. Yeah. Can I just say, now listen, I realized that the video we just watched was a tough act to follow, but I swear to fucking God, I slept like a baby after this because oh my fucking goodness.
Did it have any Crypt TV videos?
No, there was okay, what were some of the gems on this? One of them was like body of a pig, and there was like a guy.
Pig.
I hate that video.
You seen that? The guy goes up to a creepy house, and you hear like a noise, a thump, and it's like
I've got the body of a pig.
Yeah,
fucking stupid. I was like, what? This is ridiculous.
You've never seen the video?
No, I hadn't seen it before, and we were watching it, and I was like, "Fuck is this shit?" But there was that one where it was like, man in Arabia finds actual witch, and it was just a crazy woman chasing him. She's clearly just like a crackhead.
And it's like fucking Ronnie the Skeleton's mom from the fucking Deck the Halls. It seriously does, in the way he moves. It's like, what the fuck is?
And he is shrieking the whole time. He is so afraid. And this woman with a robe, but he's in a big Jeep and he's driving slowly.
Oh, I know exactly what this video is.
And she'll like walk for a while and then start running, and then he'll kind of dart ahead a bit and then kind of wait for her. And then she it goes on for like 10 minutes where she's just going like, just moving towards him.
It's complete flatline. There's just nothing to it.
Yeah, and I was watching the whole time, and I was like, what about her? There was nothing witch-like about this person in the slightest.
Yeah.
But then the icing on top, the cherry on top of this, was when, I swear to God, whoever made this playlist saw fit to include the Globgo Gabgalab.
Oh my god, yeah. that was like the Globgo Gabgalab, and he's not scary, he is lovely.
He is delightful.
Yeah.
But then that was where things really went downhill, or possibly improved, because at that point we stopped watching horror videos and just started watching Globgo Glabgalab memes, and I forgot how to talk for the rest of the call, and I just kept going like, just shrivel dibble dibble dabble dibble dabble dibble dabble.
See, it's funny because the Globgo Gab is much like Charles Manson in the way he talks, because like he's almost quoting the thing where he's like, "Do you feel blamed? You flibber gabba gabba gabba."
You know, the Venn diagram of Charles Manson and the Globgo Gabgalab is there's actually a bigger overlap than you'd think.
Right now, here's the Venn diagram. they can put them in. Exactly
it's just one. It's just one circle
with like a pixel of overlap.
Yeah, I mean Charles Manson is famous for his catchphrase, "I am the yeast of thoughts and minds."
He would say that. He was like, "I am the yeast of thoughts and mind." He would say that.
That sounds exactly like something he would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says it in the new Tarantino movie. It's the first line he says when he enters.
Books. I love. Yeah.
You know, I remember Slightly Pebbles and a few of his friends. They were doing a Glob Go Gab Galab art contest, and then the guy who made the Glob Go Gab Galab reached out to them and was like, you know, hey, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. And I remember Justin Roiland was tweeting to him in all caps, "Who wrote the fucking song? Who wrote the fucking song?"
Yeah. Oh.
But I was the whole time I was watching it, I was thinking, I can completely see why Justin Roiland loves this. It's just nonsense.
It is brilliant.
It is so like Rick and Morty improv, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Did you hear a new season was announced?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yay. Yeah. I don't know, bro.
That's a single clap. God, they can't. How are they going to follow season 3? What could they conceivably do?
I just want it all to be about Mr. Poopy Butthole.
I agree.
Sure.
Ooh, wee!
God, Season 3 was like a fever dream. Like, there were several episodes of that season where it felt like that feeling you get sometimes. So, like, either when you're really drunk or when you're, like, really sleepy, where, like, you detach from your own body and you just, like, you feel out of yourself. You're like, oh no. And, like, I got that feeling watching a few of the Rick and Morty episodes. Like, this is not right. This is not Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
There's something off about this.
For me, it's like, I thought season 1 was great, and I was hooked on it right away. And then season 2, I thought was kind of a letdown. There's a couple of gems in there, but overall, I'm not crazy about it. And then 3, I think it's somewhere in the middle. I think the good episodes are really good, but then there's a few I kind of skip.
What's that really bad episode in season 3? The Vindicators?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about that one.
That episode fucking sucked. It had Logic in it. Let's talk about Logic and Eminem making an album or whatever together.
Dude, I know nothing about that. All I know is that Eminem made a like funny song once, and it was pretty good.
Eminem fucking sucks. Logic fucking sucks.
All I know about Eminem is that whenever I see photos of him, all I can think of is, why is he so angry? He is just constantly angry. He always looks like his mom just told him to clean his room and he's not in the mood. Like, he always has this face on where he's like, ugh. It's like, you're a fucking billionaire. You know, I should be scowling.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Little bitch.
Fucking Marshall Mathers, fuck you.
It's like that tweet where the guy goes, "Why are babies always screaming? It should be me screaming! Me!"
You don't have any problems.
Yeah. That's a brilliant one.
Marshall Mathers.
Fucking Marshall doesn't even matter, am I right? His new
album that was good.
Garbage. Or
you know
his last 2 albums.
Do you hear that?
What was that? Oh my god.
It's my penis.
Is that the knocking of Skelly News?
Yeah. Ding ding ding.
Welcome to the epic news segment for all the kids in the universe who want to listen to like funny chilling skeletons. It is Skelly News, the epic news segment.
Breaking news.
Yeah, okay. So it's a fucking
Dylan Perkins dies.
Are you serious? No. Okay, so
he's fucking dead.
Yeah, that's the news article. Dylan Perkins fucking dies. He is dead. Just qualified in the title. Can I
talk about the night that?
Now,
that's
will you let me fucking get to my quality fucking journalism? I am was a journalist in school for this. Okay. It's fucking Chiling Skeleton News. It's fucking skeleton news. It's news for the skeletons. There are 3 criteria for this. 1, blamble. No, the first one is funniness out of 10. How funny is the news story? Then 2, there's 2 is mentions of skeletons. How many are there mentions of skeletons? If they're not, you're getting a
It's
0.
not. It's not an out of 10 rating. It's just yes or no.
No,
basically.
it is an out of 10 rating, and if there are skeletons, it is a 10 out of 10, and if there are
So
no
it can be
skeletons,
10 or
is a
it can be 10 or
fucking
0.
out of 10. Yeah, exactly.
Great. Okay.
And then the third rating is relevance to our current lives. Let me read the headline of this story from The Independent. Frozen monkey testicles offers hope for future of childhood cancer survivors.
This is extremely relevant to me.
It really is. I'll read some excerpts here. For example, this advance is an important step towards offering young cancer patients around the world as having a family in the future. Wow. Frozen tissue from the testicles of a monkey has provided an unlikely glimmer of hope for survivors of childhood cancer. As it stands, boys who undergo cancer therapy before they have fully matured are often left unstable to have children of their own in later life. This is because chemotherapy and radiation kill cells involved in sperm. Okay, let's get to the good shit. What's the part where okay. Where's the funny monkey stuff?
Frozen monkey testicles provide a glimmer of hope for the future.
Yeah. Oh, next they waited until the monkeys had gone through puberty, removed the grafts, and found large numbers of sperm to be present. Okay, fucking Christ, there are so many things wrong about this. Okay, see, I was going to go with a story before this because I wanted to immediately like test the funniness rating to see how much you would rate it. I was going to go with what was it? Was it genocide revealed in Pakistan or some shit? And I was gonna say what would you rate that, but.
Let's save that for the 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, of course. I'll wait. You know what? I'll say that until Dylan comes in next week. I'll just impromptu bring it over.
We know what his rating will be.
Yeah, of course. He'll do. I'll tell you right now. Let's take a bet right now. If he does the I'm betting.
No, he'll do that. He'll. Oh, that's out, man.
That's good.
It's so perfect. It's so perfect.
He'll do the fucking yuck redneck laugh.
God, I fucking hate Dylan.
It sounds like Freddy in the
Bitch.
first fucking Five Nights at Freddy's. Like.
I think the only things I've said in this podcast so far is just hatred towards Dylan.
It's very true.
Anyway, but listen. Okay, I just want to say
Frozen
about
monkey testicle story.
regarding the frozen monkey balls. I think the pills are kicking in.
Yeah.
Regarding the frozen monkey balls.
Yes.
I would like to say. I'm gonna skip ahead to the criteria pertaining to relevance.
Yeah.
I would like to clarify. When you initially read the headline out, and I responded by saying this is extremely relevant to me.
Yeah.
I should probably clarify. I stopped listening to you about halfway through that. So literally all I heard was frozen monkey testicles.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about the cancer or anything like that.
See, the thing with that headline is that it's a 1-2 punch. It's frozen monkey testicles. Great first few words, and then.
But here's the thing. But I also gotta say though, I was also gonna give it a rating on the. I was gonna give it a funny rating of 10.
Yeah.
Also based on the half I misheard, because from the article, from that opening,
Yeah.
I surmised that the article was basically going to amount to a monkey fell into an ice cold river, and I thought literally that was the article.
This isn't fucking Carl Pilkington now, where I'm not gonna.
This
is
now.
real. This is real.
No, I'm telling you, that is literally where I thought you were going with it.
Yeah, honestly, when I was reading that news headline, I felt like Stephen Merchant. Not just because I'm 6'7". That's not the reason why. I'm not because I'm a disgusting lanky fucking freak who's a bad person. But
so who would be who then out of the three of us?
Okay, so I think. Oh, what? Well,
I think I'm Carl Pilkington.
Yeah, you're definitely Carl Pilkington, but Dylan is part Carl Pilkington when he's here, so you'll be him every time.
I'll become Carl when these pills have kicked in fully.
It's very much true. I wish
Then
I
again,
had.
then again, Carl would also claim to have monkey superpowers because he was bitten by one as a child.
It's true.
I think we all have a little bit of
I
Carl.
think all four
us.
of us are like, I think no one is anyone in particular. All four of us are just Carl.
It's true. It's very much true. Adam, yeah. I wish I had your individual track, because I would have just done this effect where as you're talking with the sleeping pills, you just slowly go down a pitch. You're like, I think the pills are it's like you're just slowly turn off.
That's great.
But okay, monkey testicle cancer time story. Funniness rating. I'm gonna go ahead and say I think it's like
a 9. Because with 10, it's 10 because funny monkey balls, but since it's about kids with cancer,
that is very funny.
Makes it.
See, here's the thing. I'm grading on the fact that the actual like content of the news article is kind of dry. It's not uproariously funny.
Oh, okay.
They're just cracking jokes over it.
I think they played their trump card too early.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the headline gives me great promise, but it's like seeing a bag of crisps with a flavor you haven't heard of, and you're like, oh, this looks really good.
So
and
it's just kind of like a
clickbaity
clickbaity title.
It's fucking 0 out of. Okay, no, I give it a 7 out of 10. You know, I said it's a 7.
I gotta say, I literally thought it was gonna be a monkey who got caught in the snow and his balls froze, and I'm gonna give it a 0.
What? Just his balls. What?
Now look, there is no mention of skeletons in that story.
There is no fucking mentions of skeletons.
So that gets 0.
This article is horrible. This is absolutely dreadful. This is terrible. Relevance to our lives. Listen, I don't want to say 0 and jinx it because I could get cancer tomorrow, and then where will the monkey balls be to save me? So I'm going to say 10 just because I want karma to come my way.
It's very much true.
Yes.
The frozen monkey testicles, I don't know. I gotta say, it's not that cold outside. So, that's basically my rating. I give it a relevance fucking 0. I'm not a monkey. I don't have I don't have frozen testicles. I'm sorry. I just have to give this monkey rating a low score. This just won't do. I'm sorry, everybody.
What a disappointing start to this segment.
What an absolute shit fucking segment this is.
Of a start, quite frankly. Okay, so you know
there better be skeletons next time.
It's true. You were talking about you talked about how like you know you get a new flavor of chips or whatever, crisps or whatever the fuck you freakazoids want to call it. I've gone through this thing recently where like throughout the years, anytime I see a new flavor of something, I'll always be like, you know, I'm gonna try that just because like, hey, if you're gonna buy some fucking some fatty ass candy, then it's like, hey, let's have a new experience. But recently, I've become kind of annoyed because I see these fucking like these weird soda flavors where it literally comes off like clickbait on the front of YouTube, where one of them is blue liquid. That's not what it's called. It's blue liquid with fucking Pixar bananas on the front and sunglasses everywhere, and it's called some fucking ridiculous shit. And I'm just like, I'm not buying this. This is clickbait. You're trying to get me to buy this shit.
I'm sorry. I just really wish it was actually called Blue Liquid.
Yeah, same here. It's like when the fucking Mountain Dew, what's it called? The Mountain Dew contest and 4chan's. Some of my favorite 4chan submissions for that were the ones that were really like subtle. One was like, what was it? One was soda. One was moist nugget. God, great. Do you ever
go to like a low budget like grocery store that's like not one of the big chains, and they have like these weird knockoff brand things? Like they have these, like they'll have like a kind of a biscuit thing that looks like Oreos, but they're called like Circle O's, and the little slogan just says "Eat them now," or like you know something real low effort and shitty.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, there's this clothes store in town that's called Twill Fit, and the tagline under it says "It will fit you." So I'm kind of terrified to walk in.
I get what it means now. Okay.
If I walk in there, I think like I'm gonna look at a piece of clothing and go back. We're going to fit you into it. Come on! And it's like a Five Nights at Freddy's situation where they just smash me into the outfit. It's like, oh my god,
just stuff you into it and kill you.
Yeah, it's true. God damn.
Have I shown you guys what I think is probably the funniest thing on the entire internet, purely because of how passive aggressive it is?
What is it?
It's the Get Well Soon video from Noggin the Gnome.
Yeah.
What?
It's really funny. No, listen, they're trying to bring Noggin back. They're trying to like revive him because I guess they figured out that he's a meme. So they're making all this new.
Is that the Gnotic Gnome?
Yeah. It's You've Been Gnomed. So they have these videos, right, where he's like, they made a series of like, it's kind of like the time Nostalgia Critic made these little short videos that are meant to be like, you can use them as comebacks if you're ever in an argument online. Oh, yeah. It's kind of like, so they're doing that, but it's even funnier, where basically it's like, so it's like for all different occasions, and I swear to God, there's a video, it's meant to be like Get Well Soon or Best Wishes or whatever. It's basically, the intent is literally just someone who's having a hard time, you send it to them,
Yeah.
And I instantly started picturing, like, your friend gets, like, a cancer diagnosis, and then one day they wake up, and in their inbox is a link to this video, and you're like, hey, chin up, partner, and they click it. And I swear to God, Noggin is trying and failing to hold in laughter. And
he's always trying to do it. Like, you just hear him go like, oh, come to my website. Oh.
No, but I swear to God, I was in tears. He sounds like he's drunk and he like just did something really nasty and he's waiting for you to figure it out and he's like, oh, hello, I heard things aren't going very well for you. But it's literally the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's so fucking sinister. It's like the meanest thing I've ever seen.
Dude, show this to a fucking like 80-year-old woman who's dying of fucking cancer.
That's what I was thinking. It's like, imagine if you used it for its intended cause. People would be like, "You're a fucking sociopath."
Yeah, she'd fucking just die.
Things aren't going so well for you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Christ.
There's also Noggin actually has merch. You can get fucking buttons and stuff. You know what? I'm tempted. I want a little coffee mug with him on it.
Can I buy a Noggin shirt that just says "You've been owned"?
Yeah, I remember. I looked, and there were like T-shirts were like the one thing they didn't have, which is a real shame because I would love that.
And also,
I would love that.
See, I want to give you a peek into my retarded fucking mind, where I'm unemployed and I get very little money now, so I have to like preserve it. And some part of me genuinely thought like, I gotta buy the Noggin merch. And I was like, dude, I'm having. Yeah, you. Oh my God, that's not him. That's not Noggin.
They changed. Apparently, they changed the animation because they want to distance themselves from people who are using the original for like offensive memes.
Oh. Right.
All right, you guys go to 0 and we'll watch this. And you can just cut this out later.
I'll put it in. Put it in now.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2.
Wait, I'm not on 0.
Okay.
Fine, Owen. By the way, before we start watching, I should just say, Adam made a bit of an edit of the thing you hear when you enter the Noggin page on the internet.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, if you go on Noggin's website, he's actually got a new website, but the old website, which is still up, I think.
Yeah.
When you go onto his website, you're greeted by a very terrifying image where Noggin is poking his head out from behind a tree with these soulless dead eyes that are glaring into your soul. And then it plays an audio. It's one of those things where the sound starts playing the minute the page loads.
It's like,
yeah.
Oh, what's this? Oh.
Yeah. And he's poking out from behind the tree, and he's like, "Oh, welcome to my website." Oh.
No, he says it more like he says as if he has a secret. It's like, "Welcome to my website."
Yeah. He sounds like in the In-Betweeners when Will does his Yoda impression, and he's like, "Feisty one you are."
Yeah. Dude. Yeah. So Adam made an edit of that, and he sent it to me, and it was like, you added like just giant reverb, and then you added like the fucking what was it, the voice effect.
You can attach I made a video version of it. You can attach it. You basically just go on the page, refresh it about 5 times in a few different tabs, and then offset the timing by like a split second. Yeah. And it's really overwhelming.
And then I decided, hey, let's add to this. So I put it into Audacity. And I added creepy music in the right channel, and then in the left channel I have just the sound. The sound slowly fades into the mid channel as you hear like walking turning into running slowly, and he's just like, and like I'll just put it at the end of the podcast, just in the dark. I'll just put it there.
My favorite part is at the end when he goes, "Log in with Noggin."
He sounds like an insane person.
Because when you've offset the timing on that, it just becomes a loop of Noggin with Noggin with Noggin with Noggin.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so you've been known with best wishes, which is all in lowercase. So let's watch it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, old chum. I heard things are not going too good for you just now.
What's so funny? What's so funny, Noggin?
I'm sending buckets of good cheer to you, and I'm back at home. Good wish. Cheerio!
What the fuck?
What's so fucking funny, Noggin? What is so funny?
It just holds on this for like the rest of the
Yeah.
video, by the way, because I guess this person doesn't know how to edit.
With the best wishes.
Why is he
Why is
so
it-
amused?
I didn't. He's literally just laughing. Why is he doing that?
Why
That's so
on
mean.
earth? I heard things aren't going too good for you, he says with a grin.
The cancer's reached your liver.
I'm sending buckets of good.
God.
Oh my god. That's like the hardest I've ever laughed at something on the internet, like the first time I saw that video.
Yeah.
That fucking killed me.
What the fuck? Noggin is such a dick.
Yeah, he's a real... Remember the video I sent you before where it's like Noggin's flying song and like Noggin goes in a little plane and goes flying and it's not really a song, he just keeps fucking screaming and rambling, so it's like very clearly they did like the animation first and then got the actor and sat him down and just got him to commentate on what he was seeing. So it feels like a Rick and Morty like improvised bit because it's just Noggin the gnome flying around in a little plane while going, oh, here we go,
Dude.
up over the tree, oh, look at the sky, oh, look at the sun, oh, here
Dude.
I go.
Let me tell you, shit like Breaking Bad, like it really conveys like true stress really well. Like, you know, you're really stressed. You're like,
Yeah.
you, I don't know, you're losing your mind from like trying to do so much shit.
Like the crawl space segment.
Yeah, exactly. That fucking video with the fucking Noggin flying song is the most visually anxiety-inducing thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Every part of it
it's
is
like,
oh god, what is happening? Oh my god.
He just keeps screaming and like,
Yeah.
and it's just like the song is like you got this like the guitar is going and this woman is like singing like la da 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 da. Well, you can just hear.
It's like flying in the plane.
He just keeps going. It's like the old Popeye cartoons where he's just kind of doing things while talking to himself. Like, okay, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, so we're flying.
It's extremely weird. And then he gets like a dragon starts chasing him. He's like, oh, look at that! Oh, it's a dragon! Oh, he's chasing me! Oh, I better fly away! Oh, off I go!
And the audio mixing is fucked. It's just fucked.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
It's insane. What?
Ugh.
Dun 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 dun. That was great.
Do you know what's epic?
What? What is that one?
Fucking like playing, doing epic gamer stuff.
Can we end this podcast now?
Yeah. I was thinking of that, and then now you've just put a bad mood into it. I'll just end this podcast by saying that one of my favorite things to do now is just talking to people and to just very seriously go in the middle of conversation, just apropos of nothing, just go. But what will we do when the gamers do rise up? Just say that in the middle of the thing.
It'll be like that Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, which, by the way, I made an edit of that as well.
Yeah.
Very proud of it. I made an edit of.
Adam's funny edits.
Have you ever seen? Yeah, I'm officially just not doing animation anymore. Have you ever seen that video of the guy doing a Joker performance, and he's like this guy, and he goes up in the makeup, and he's like, "I'm the Joker, baby."
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
basically,
okay.
I took
It's like
the
a
Joaquin,
school play.
Yeah, I took the
Okay.
trailer from like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, and I just took audio from that video and just basically he's playing the Joker now.
Okay.
Oh, hey,
I'm
hey,
canceling
Adam.
this fucking podcast now.
Adam, wait, hold on.
What?
Yeah.
What?
What is that one?
What?
Your final remark. Your final remark.
What do you want? Make it count.
Hey, what's up?
And that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. This has been
Fuck
great.
you.
It's been a privilege to be back here.
Pablo Escobar stole my meme folder, put my memes on Instagram, got advertisers all over. With the money made from ads, he began to conspire. Hey G, let's build a good old drug empire. Over 1,000 cops, then a stupid amount of wealth. Pablo worried not for his Instagram's health. Pablo Escobar stole my meme folder. What he didn't praise for was the memes getting older. The Doge market crashed, you got a knuckles too. His empire was crumbling before he even knew. And then he said, no more meddling, except meddle in Colombia, we were shot down on a roof.
Welcome to my website. Here you can find stories, songs, and vibes with animation. And you can send them to your jumpers. If yourself on a jump wouldn't think you would be. Come on, lock it